Welcome back to the Pro Zarautz, presented by Oakley. We're at finals day here in the Basque country. It's a rainy Sunday. We have our women finalists coming up very shortly. We're in the men's second semi-final, and we have this man who's been on fire the whole event, Maxime. He's been chucking that grab rail throwaway. Oh, he didn't even grab the rail on that one. Kind of goes down, but this is going to be a good matchup. Maxime's just dropped a 7-8-3 while we were in the commercial, and he's up against Nacho in the red. Goofy v Natural, so this is going to be a different styles on this right-hander, and I'm alongside Ben Mundy.
Yeah, that's
Mundy.
right. Probably, well, we're just in the form surfers of the event. So in that last heat, Jorgen Huscenot on fire. And speaking of Jorgen Huscenot, he's talking to Paul Evans right now. Over to you, Paul.
Cheers, Mundy. Jorgen, sort of a slow start from you, tricky conditions, but then you really hit your stride.
Yeah, I was waiting for like maybe 12 or 15 minutes. I don't remember really, but yeah, I got that first wave with a couple walls, so I was like, oh yeah, that's a good one. So let's make a 7, and then I got a 7-3-3. So I was like, okay, he just got 2 5s. It's my turn to get another good score and put him maybe in a combo, and then I got that sick ride. He was with priority. He used to have priority, so I was like, oh, he let me go. And I saw the wall like, oh, it's a good one. And then first turn, second, and I wanted to close the heat, you know, and then I did it, so pretty happy.
All right, and the other semi, of course, in the water right now, Maxime taking on Jose Gundesen. Maxime, your buddy from Reunion, you've surfed a few heats against him. I'm guessing you'd prefer, fancy taking him on in the final?
It's been a while I haven't surfed with him. Maybe, I don't know, I don't remember. So yeah, it's cool. Maybe Anglet 2 years ago. But yeah, I can't wait to surf against him, 2 Reunion guys in the same heat. It's going to be fun, and hopefully we're going to get some good scores. And I don't know.
All right, man. Well, look, congratulations. I'll let you go and get ready. Looking forward to seeing you in the final. You want to say anything to anyone watching?
Merci à tout le monde qui me regarde, qui me soutient, comme d'habitude. Ça fait plaisir. J'embrasse ma famille, mes amis, tout le monde. Voilà, j'espère qu'en finale, moi et Max, on va faire un bon show. Il faut qu'il passe cette série, bien sûr, mais j'ai confiance en lui et ça va le faire. La bise tout le monde.
Okay, cool. Back to you, boys.
Thank you, Ben.
Thanks, Paul.
He's happy, wasn't he? He's very confident, and why wouldn't you be?
Yeah, no, he's looking really good. He hasn't even come close to being put under pressure in this event.
No, not really.
Been the form surfer. Took an old sort of favourite board there too, like sort of dinged up, pressure deck. You know, so I've just got a magic stick. And there, Paul Evans sort of rocking the black leather dog and the white shirt, sort of kind of like
Miami Vice, I'm thinking.
Miami Vice, sort of Greece.
Greece, yeah, I'll give you that.
Maxime flying down the line, yeah.
But I mean, yesterday in these quarterfinals, he's throwing down 9s and 8s. So
yeah, he's been the sort. Okay, and here's Jose Nacho Gundesen. He's had a slow start. Max is off to a blinder, 7.83. Yeah, yesterday was the last heat of yesterday where he locked down the highest heat score of the whole event. And we see him here just scalping. Look at that smooth style. Look at this clean face. Ha!
Oh.
And that's a 7.83.
He's been making them very consistently.
He's got real zip. He's got just checking out his boards out there in the competition area. Here's Gundesen, the Argentinian. Sort of flying down the line. Gets it up, releases the tail. And another. And that was a 4.1. Oh, sorry, 3.5. So, Maxime. Oh, he's just looking smooth, isn't he?
Yeah, that board looks so lively. Even when it should be going slow, it doesn't. Look at that, just kicking the fins out. Slight mistake there, but he's keeping busy. He's got the best wave of the heat so far, and then this is his last wave. Just couldn't quite land that white water floater, but he won't be too bothered. 22 minutes, well, just under 23 on the clock. And he's got 3 waves. I think this was just a replay of that last foam climb again. Just gets away. Always dangerous, those things. Not a very high scoring maneuver, but definitely one of the trickier things to do.
Yeah, he just accelerated out of the foam and then couldn't quite make it down. But he's got that banker, 7.83, trying to build on that. Yeah, he's on the swallowtails. They do got a fair bit of squirt about them. And Max, hasn't had that strong a start of the year. A few events where he's just looked a bit out of sorts, but in this event, from the very first heat, he just has looked like he's really on fire, really strong, really committed surfing.
Something's clicked.
Just got this bit of extra speed in his approach that is really noticeable, and yeah, he's been smashing it. So there's the pulled back view of Zarautz, looking to the east or northeast, up to the coast of France, shrouded in grey.
Well, the forecast is for the rain to stop. I think it's kind of got a lot lighter than when we first got down here this morning. And this wind from the west, that should back off a little bit, according to Magic Seaweed's predictions for the day. But we've only really got 2 more heats to go. We've had the women's final coming up, and then whoever wins this will be joining Huscenot. So here we go. Keep it very busy, Maxime. Bit up and down there. But I think he's currently ranked 10th on the European QS, so this is going to get him going up a few numbers.
Yeah, he's been in and around that mix of probably ranked between 20 and 50 on the World Qualifying Series for a long time now. He's been campaigning on it. But as you see, Gundesen, real busy, fast, kind of Travis Logie-esque style about him. Big turn, gets another phone climb here, gets it up the top. He's not done.
Oh, that was...
Blows it and does a little floppy, but out the back, so Huscenot responds.
Again, that board just looking so lively. You can throw it anywhere. Doesn't seem to slow down at all. All he's got to do is try and hang on to the speed. Nice exchange there between the 2 surfers. Interesting to see the scores, or what Maxime actually did at the beginning of that wave. 20 minutes on the clock. And here we go, replay then.
Here we go.
Nacho, snap under the lip on his backhand. A little bit of a bumpier wave. I was talking to Paul about how the second wave is a cleaner face. Deals with the bump pretty well. Oh, a little mistake there. But then he floats over this section, and then, like I said, Ben is like, oh, has he got any more on this thing? Oh, yeah. Comes around and then just punches the tail out on that one. So that was a nice wave.
Yeah, strong. He had a couple of little wobbles, but in between those wobbles, he actually smashed 4 turns. Got a bit of fin release, so a bit of variety. It's Maxi.
He did that quite far out on the shoulder there, didn't he? I thought he was a bit more in the pocket, so maybe not as high score as I originally thought. Surfed it extremely well.
He did. He's trying to improve on a 4. And those scores will come in. I think Gundesen's going to post his best wave of the heat. 20 minutes to go, so a bit better of exchange. Really lively on his backhand, really fast, really zippy. Had a really solid competition. Well, he's in the obviously in the semi-finals. So,
yeah.
But yeah, he's and not a whole lot known about him. He rocked in and from the get-go, he's been really sharp. Really impressed with Gundesen. He's obviously got a bright future. To the young kid, he's been pretty excited, pretty fired up. There's been a lot of claims, a lot of fist pumping.
It's always good to see.
Got the Latin.
We don't let the
Latin American
passion.
blood. So we'll see just how, if he can turn that passion into points and come back. So his scores dropping. There was a 4.43 for Max.
Slight improvement. Hasn't really shut the door though. Still waiting for Nacho's wave. 18 minutes remaining. High work rate for our surfer in blue. He's already got 5 waves under his belt. And there's Pauline Adol. She can't wait to get this finish. She had a very strong showing in the first semi-final of the women's. There we go. Still waiting. He's waiting for his score. He's getting a little bit antsy. He's like, come on.
Yeah, taking the time with this one, actually.
Yeah. Watching a couple of replays. I suppose they've got Maxime 7.83 to bounce off. He needs an 8.67. It's not that. It's a 6.6 requirement now is a mid-range 5, so a 5.67. I think that's okay. I thought that might be a little bit higher. Actually, there was a lot of bounce on that wave and a couple of little mistakes. So I think that's a fair score.
Yeah, without those bobbles, he would have been
Yeah.
sort of been up towards the same point range as Maxime's wave.
There's
but
more fluid linkage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He missed just he got a little bit stuck up a few times and then sort of exploded, but yeah, he wasn't linking his turns with kind of flow. So, but it's made it very, very even again. So both with a solid scoring wave and now trying to back it up. And there's 15 or 16 minutes remaining, and Gundesen pulls the trigger again.
His backhand again. The first wave always has a little bit more bobble. This has got a bit of foam from the previous wave. Late on that turn, so a priority mistake there, possibly by Gundesen. He's trying to get near just a mid-range 5, but Maxime's got that 4.43 as his second score. So his first turn, that was okay. Nice solid turn. And then speed check. And then he was just late on this one. Couldn't get his board over the top of that lip. So 3.10 doesn't affect anything. So you see a few rain spots. Not as heavy as when we walked down. It was absolutely lashing down. So hopefully the beach will start to fill up for our finals. Actually, Pauline's down the beach so early.
She is,
like
yeah.
10 minutes early.
Just do a 10-minute warm-up routine.
Oh, unless she goes for a little surf out on that other bank, maybe. Trying to keep warm. I don't think she got out of her wetsuit from a semi-final, so water's probably a little bit warmer than the air temperature, or it's going to be very similar.
Yeah, both about 13, I reckon.
Yeah. Not as warm as yesterday was quite nice. Friday was glorious. Small conditions, but nice and warm. So you can see the wind still there, coming from that westerly direction, just making that cross chop. Not the best conditions. We do find that maybe the second or the third wave of a set are the cleaner waves as the first one comes through and kind of takes some water off the sandbanks. Maxime in priority, needs to get rid of that 4.33.
Yeah, we've had a bit of a lull in proceedings, haven't we?
Yeah.
Last 5 minutes. Max started off well, the 7.83. Got the backups. He's got priority. And he's just waiting to get something going again, restart this back half of the heat. He's fighting to join his compatriot, Huscenot from Reunion Island. Although both surfers now based in France, in Huscenot, into the hotbed of European surfing, but still fiercely proud of where they've come from. And yeah, love Reunion. Looks like Gundi going left, going nowhere. Didn't have priority, not a big thing, but just keeping his eyes open, trying to stay busy. It's more and more difficult. I mean, this isn't the right hand that the guys have been surfing all during the week. It's more right out the front of us, so yeah. It's actually a new bank, and nowhere near as defined as it has been. So it's fairly tricky to get the head around. There's a left off the end. You can see it there running into a bit of a channel. It gets a bit fat, a bit hard to connect with. So yeah, they've had to recalibrate today, find new spots, find a new bank, get themselves set. Jorgen Huscenot didn't have much trouble with that.
No, but he only caught, well, he pretty much caught 3 waves. He just caught the 3 best waves in the heat. You can see both our surfers keeping very busy. Here we go. This is Nacho up and down again. So not really losing anything on that. Just looking, I mean, we've seen scores in the excellent for one maneuver. If you can get above the lip, get a little bit twisty and rotational, you could get that. He only needs a mid-range 5. And that was Maxime just having a casual look, didn't paddle too hard, keeps his priority. And now red on the end, so let's see how this left walls up. If it does at all, as you said, Ben, it kind of just goes out into a bit of a channel. Maybe the wave is better when it's smaller. It's not missing the bank so much.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. It's sort of, they do line up. They've just got that lack of power and lack of steep face to the left sometimes. As we saw Gundesen just find out there, got one turn in, and it petered out, so he's back out. He went to town on a left-hander yesterday, and got some really big scores. So he's looked sharp on his backhand all week, but he's also got a bit of power on his forehand. Launched a few big airs yesterday, so he's got that in his locker as well. So right now he needs a 5, 6, 7. But both surfers just trying to back up that one good score. 11 minutes to go, and just need a bit of action here. Need a few sets to roll through, get the juices flowing again.
This is the quietest we've seen this lineup since Wednesday when we started the event. It's been so consistent, multiple sets, loads of waves in the sets, and today that swell, it's kind of a dying swell from yesterday. Thought the wind was going to be more cooperative, and it hasn't, but that's Mother Nature for you. But yeah, the surfer in red, the Argentinian, he's keeping busy. 8 waves under his belt, so he keeps rolling that dice. And as you said, he's not shy of pulling the trigger on some airs, so maybe that's what he's looking for. Maxime, he's got the best single wave, a 7.83. That's going to be nice and comforting for him. And he's just waiting for one of those nice right-handers where he can kind of let loose. Here's a little replay. You can see how clean the face is on this thing. He's surfing more in the pocket, and then whack, drops his body in. Gets the technique on that to allow the wave to push you back onto the middle part of your board and stand up again. And I think this is the best wave, the 6.6 for Nacho. Oh, I think this is 3.5 maybe. Yeah, 3.5 as an opening wave.
Yeah, his first turn there was not right in the steep part of the wave, so it's like halfway up. And here goes Max. I tell you what, if Max had finished this manoeuvre, see here, he does a lot of the hard work. Oh no, this is his last one, which he scored 4.
4.43, yeah. I was surprised how far out in the face he went to do that drop wallet layback. Not really in the pocket, but he finishes strong. And that's pretty much been his second score for the last 10 minutes, maybe. So in the last heat, it was very slow to start, and it came busy at the end. And this one has been the total reverse. All the waves caught in the first 7 or 8 minutes. And it's got a little bit quiet as that tide creeps in. So again, high tide today around about 10:30 mark local time. There'll be no tactics just yet. There'll be no Letty strong arming.
No, channeling the inner Zeke Lau. But yeah, the boys will get a bit of space. Last 5 minutes, 6 minutes actually been really slow. See Gundesen on the left-hander. So he's just gone for the air. He lost his footing straight away, so that was never going to happen. Been pretty frantic. I mean, no fail, no play. I mean, he's caught 8, 9, 10 waves. None of them been any good, but the whole while Max has been sitting there waiting. So there's, it hasn't been too bad approach. Hasn't cost him. No waves have come through. He's just trying to find a bit of space now.
Shouldn't really be a problem for Maxime because he's wearing booties. I was just thinking of the cold. You sit around for a while like this in this wind, your body can cool down pretty quick. So maybe Gundesen just thinking, I've got to keep busy, keep warm. I want to keep the blood flowing into my feet so I can feel them. Maxime's there in a 4mm boots, just chilling like a villain. I don't know if there's any conversation out there.
Send me much. I think Max is pretty intent. He's just been patient. He's no sets to come through. He knows that With Gundesen netting a 5.67, that's such an easy score to get when you're at this level. So he just desperately wants to improve on that 4.43.
I hear a few whistles in the background there from our ambient microphone. So there's a little lump blue with first priority. Red sneaks through the inside. He's going to go. It's a bit of a bumpy one. Slapping that board. Nice speed float. Goes around the section. Another speed float. Back on the open face. Cracks it. Whips a nice little bit of umbrella of spray. And then another mistake. Little wobble with the feet.
Yeah, it's so bumpy in there. He did really well to get that far. The way he sped across those sections and hit the foam, really difficult technical surfing. Not going to generate a whole lot of points, but it was super impressive. And then just when he got a bit of open face, the chop came and got him. These turns are, see, just flying across, bouncing, trying to generate speed. He finally gets to the open face. That was his best turn, and he just got caught, didn't he? Just sort of, there wasn't a lot left in there. I don't know if he needs to improve on 3.5. Probably won't do it. Those 6 minutes is kind of bit of an anticlimax. This semi-final after the fireworks of the one before, Jorgen. It's just the lap of the gods, whether waves come through or not. Max and Huscenot, he'd be happy if it just goes dead flat from now.
Yeah.
He'd be in the final. But he's got 5 minutes to close this out. Just waiting for a wave himself to improve. He's only going to improve on a 4.43, which is a low-scoring wave himself. So he really is in the driving seat. Just needs something to come through.
Well, this is a good testament to how these professionals are. It's all very well being powerful when the waves are solid and good, but when the waves aren't solid and good, you need to have something in the bag as well to get through heats like this. So Maxime, he's been like Huscenot in the previous heat, pretty much showing up for every heat he's paddled out in. He's kind of turned heads and just hasn't looked phased at all by anything, by who he's surfing against, by conditions.
Yeah, he's been a class above. I feel he's just got he's got all the turns, he's got all the manoeuvres, and then he's been busting out that aerial game. He's had that on lock. Really consistent, lands his turns, and willing to push it, which a lot of the other guys haven't been doing. So, he's looking strong. As we see Leticia Canales Bilbao just getting ready for her final. She's going down a lot later than Pauline.
Yeah.
Pauline's been on the beach for 25 minutes for sunbaking in the pouring rain. So Pauline originally from Monday, Leticia from Bilbao. So the local girls have seen a lot of each other, and meeting in a 1500. So a win here. Big points on the QS. 1500 is a definite keeper, especially for the women's. You'll find that a lot of the girls that qualified last year, 1500 points was a keeper result. So pretty important as we see the boys start to make a move. The set's coming in.
3.5 minutes. You can see that wind is kind of messing up this bank. Need it to come in a bit more, so maybe it will start lining up a bit better. But surfer's out of position on this one. One of the bigger sets. You can see it kind of closing out the back a little bit. Red having a look. Jose decides not to go. He hasn't got priority, so he's got to look for the waves that Maxime leaves. Maxime's not going to be confident with that 4.43. Here we go then on his backhand. Maxime's probably going to get to the air. No, a little check, speed float around the section with plenty of speed. This board looks like one of the quickest I've ever seen in my entire life. Just floats over these sections and flat spots without any degree of difficulty. But this wave, I don't know, he hasn't really put the board on edge yet. Everything's been down the line, and then the Oakley flag in the way for that closeout re-entry, whatever that was.
Yeah. his backhand is one of his strengths, Max. He hasn't been using it at this event until then. You need to improve on a 4.43. Served that well. As you said, it was a bit flat, but he didn't waste any section. And he waited a long time for that wave. That was a little lip line floater. This was probably one of the bigger ones. A bit of spray, that projection out of his backhand. And it just goes flat here. A lot of S turns. But just waiting for it to stand up. Travelled a lot of distance.
Yeah.
Bit of speed here, then
wonder what he did.
his turn.
Superman. 360 Superman, I'm calling.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
Tagged it. We'll see. 5.33, so improves your score. That means that Nacho Gundesen now needs a 6.57 with just on a minute 40 remaining. He's got priority. He's got no time though, 90 seconds to go. He needs something. He needs it now. The Argentinians had a blistering event, but now he's just got 1 minute to make it count. This is the furthest he's ever gone in a QS event. It's his first ever semi-final. So trying to get in the final would be huge for him, and he's just scanning the horizon. Trying to stay calm, trying to stay patient, but with 1 minute on the clock, there's got a lot of he can do. Max is motoring back out there.
I'm surprised he paddled back out, to be fair. I thought he might just call it a day there. He finished like waist deep water, but he's powering out there. He's trying to put a little bit more pressure on Jose. He's having a look. Last chance motel. He's rolling the dice up on his backhand. Needs a mid-range 6, and he gets out. Still got 35 seconds. Oh, is he going to get one more roll? One more bite of the cherry? One more smash of something or other? I can't think of. And it doesn't look like it.
No, I think that's...
His goose is cooked.
Goodbye, Gundesen.
Gundesen's goose is cooked.
He's had a really, really impressive run of results. He's been on fire, but right now he's just coming short. And I think it's worthy that the two best surfers in the event, the two form surfers, are in the final. Two surfers from Reunion Island, which is pretty amazing in itself. So we're going to see Maxime Huscenot up against Huscenot in the final of the Pro Zarautz presented by Oakley. We're going to say goodbye to Gundesen, and we're going to motor in to the final of the women's. As soon as we have this break, we'll be back with the final of the Pro Zarautz.
Familia, estas vacaciones hemos alquilado un coche.
Estas vacaciones, alquila tu coche desde 6 euros al día con Gold Car y déjate llevar.